Hello everyone, welcome to Marie's Scrappy Creations, where we sew the scraps of your life into beautiful creations. It's almost craft fair time. I promised you guys I would show you what I had ready, okay? So I have been busy today and I really have not done any sewing. The only thing I actually sewed today was in the lining of a couple of bags. I had forgotten to sew the opening, so I did that. But otherwise, I have been cutting out things and organizing. So I'm going to take the bag that my friend Terry made me. I know I showed this at one point, but didn't she do a wonderful job? She used a placemat to make that, and she put my name on it, and I love it. All right, so I'm going to use that, and I have my items here that I'm packing, and I don't know whether you guys are interested or not. But this is what I'm doing because I have to take stuff. I'm taking my sewing machine because I don't want to be sitting there with nothing to do. So these are the items that I got ready to pack. So I've got scissors, thread, and yes, that is catnip because I'm taking some of my scraps that I got from Kimberly and I'm going to make catnip toys. And I am going to do a tutorial about those, but that's why I'm taking catnip and strips of scrap fabric. And then, oops, I already have the elastic on here. This is more tags and safety pins in case I need them for, like, the items that I'm making would be the only ones that aren't tagged. And then various ribbons and bow, you know, just lace, because when I make the coasters, I like to wrap a piece of lace around them. And then I have my extra sewing feet, my keychains. I wound bobbins in the color I thought I would use, and I figured I'd secure it with an elastic because I don't need them rolling out everywhere. The larger safety pins. Then these are the hardware for my lanyards. And I brought a few extra safety or straight pins, but I also threw in, I have some of these El Cheapo snips, but they work pretty well. And of course, my tweezers, my little handy dandy screwdriver, some extra needles, a marker, and my smaller, less desirable seam ripper, because I have a beautiful one here that Nanny B gifted me, and I use it every day, but I don't want to take it there and take the chance on someone stealing it or me leaving it there. And then I have my pens. I'm taking the hair elastics because I have some cutouts for making scrunchies and my Scotch tape. So that's what I'm packing into this bag when I'm done filming. So the other things I wanted to show you were these. I cut this out today. These are stacks of cotton batting, and there's 44 here because I have 11 sets of 4. See, I put them together. There's 8 5-inch squares, so to make a set of 4 coasters. So that's something I can work on at the craft fair. And again, that's a tutorial for one of these days. So I'm taking that. And at the moment, I'm kind of frantic because I have some of these lanyards made up and I'm not sure where I put them. So I have that one. I have some cut out here. I've got some sunflower and that beautiful gray fabric. And then this is a purple design that I bought at Marden's. I don't know if you can see, but it's got, yeah, there we go. So I cut out some of that. Oops, I'm gonna mess up my stack here. I want to get these ironed tonight. Then I have some wildlife and some red. So as you can see, I need to cut out a bunch more before I go. But if I don't have it cut out for tomorrow, I can always cut more afterwards because I won't be going there until about 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So I'll have time to cut more out. And then I have these, and this is a stack of those keychains that I put embellishments on. But I figured if I took them, and some of them don't need embellishments, like say the pirate one, there's probably not anything that I'm going to put on that fabric, really. So some I embellish, some I don't, but I can at least get the zippers put in while I'm sitting there. So I can sew those, I can sew these, I can do the catnip toys, and these are for the scrunchies, so I'm going to cut a few more of those out. I just can't remember how wide I used to cut my scrunchies. I want to say it was 4.5 inches, but I don't remember. Okay, before I go any further, I want to show you what my husband, who is so talented, made for me. Now, I know I've shown you guys this thing that sits beside my sewing machine. I put everything in here. There's little bits of everything in here. And I keep it handy. And I love that he made that for me out of a yardstick. He made quite a few that I sold at a craft fair a few years back. So the other day I printed up some of my business cards, and I used the same ones I had, which just say Marie's Scrappy Creations, where we sew the scraps of your life into beautiful creations. And then I have my YouTube channel and my email address. But for the craft fair, I wanted to mix it up, and I made some different ones. So let's see. So this one doesn't have my motto on it. It just has contact me via, and it has my email address, and then it says, or view my video tutorials on YouTube at Marie's Scrappy Creations. So I did leave off where we sew the scraps of your life into beautiful creations, but I needed something to put these into. And so I asked Johnny to come up with something, because my friend Lisa Marie and I had sat yesterday trying to figure out what to put them in. And I had tried all sorts of containers like this, and I had all kinds of little boxes, but they were all too small. So look what he came up with. Isn't that adorable? I love it. So it's just made out of a Lowe's yardstick, and it's perfect for my cards to set on the table at the craft fair. I think that's pretty cool. The other thing that I printed up was this. I haven't cut it apart yet, but these are for my pricing. So my key fobs are going to be $5 or 6 for $25. The jar openers 3 or 4 for $10, and the small zippered bags that I called a coin purse when we did the tutorial. They can hold earbuds, you can put pacifiers, you can put anything in them really. And I'm going to charge $5 a piece or 6 for $25. Boy, there are some lively kids out front right now on their bikes, and they're screeching and screaming. Okay, I'm going to pause this for a moment, clear this table, and start showing you what I have ready for the craft fair. Okay, and I'm back. So I also have been taking inventory and counting things while I was getting them ready to show you guys. So these are my jar openers, and after counting 4 times, I have 59. It tells me I don't have an even 60. But even so, that's what I have. And I love my kitchen prints, my vintage kitchen prints. And I love this one with the recipes on it. This one with the old 50s style utensils and things. And I do have more of this cut out. Not the fabric, but I have... This is what's left from the roll from Walmart. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20. So I got 79 out of a roll from Walmart. So that was good. And then these are masks for little boys. I think I showed you guys those. There's 2 of each one in here, and it was from someone ordering them and not picking them up. So I'm going to take them. If they sell, they sell. If they don't, they don't. These are the same coin purses I had ready last week. As I showed you a few minutes ago, I have a stack of more to go. But here I have 27 of those. Then these are my key fobs. Right now I have 92. And I realize they're not going to stay as neat as what I have them in here. But I have a good variety. Like I have kitty cats and little animal paws, sports teams. I've got some for women. I've got some with the moose stuff on them. Yeah, so autism awareness, bumblebees. I've got medical ones, stars, more sports teams. I think I have a good selection of those. All right, and then the rest I'm going to go through fairly quickly. Now, one thing that I had said I was not going to do this time is I said, I'm just going to make 5 or 6 different items and just have stacks of them. Well, that goes out the door because I have a lot of stuff that I've either made randomly or made for other craft fairs that didn't sell, but everything else sold. So these phone cases, I put $10 a piece on those. I don't know if they'll sell or not, but they're going. You may or may not remember the tutorial for this. I put $10 on that, which I didn't think was bad given that it has an inner pocket and everything like that. Okay, then I have the mom pillow. Remember that Mother's Day? I put $20 on that because it's an envelope back, so they can take that off there and wash it. So I figured it had to be worth $20. Let's see. Remember the tote bag we made with the matching zippered bag? Well, I did them in 2 tutorials. I'm going to sell the tote bag by itself for $45. The zippered bag would be $15. But if they buy it together, I'm going to give it to them for $50. So they'll save $10 if they buy it that way. These are left from last year. They're just hanging towels. And I've only got 4 of them. But I put them as $5 a piece, or they can take all 4 for $15 and get them out of my hair because I'm tired of them. And then 3 or 4 years ago, I made a whole bunch of these mug rugs in the autumn time. I had so many different appliques on there. It was crazy. These are the only 2 I have left, and I put $10 on them. I did make and sell a whole lot of these, and these ones were made for Valentine's Day, but there's a lot of people out there who love pink, so maybe they'd go for it. And if you want to see a close-up, I just laid the fabric down on some heat and bond on top of a piece of fabric, and I stitched it all down. I did the same thing on this one, only I started out from the edge with the white thread making a heart shaped and then just kept trying to go inside, but it didn't really work out very well. I put $10 a piece on those. Maybe they'll sell, maybe they won't. And I have some sets of pot holders, which I priced at $12. So we have the patchwork ones. Then these are autumn themed. Beautiful, I think. And here's some more. These are mostly all autumn themed. These next ones are my favorite. I can't tell you how many of these I made 2 years ago and sold so many because the leaf pattern goes onto the back. As you can see, they were quilted. That was a really popular pot holder set. And then I have this set, which feels thinner, but it has a layer of the Insulbrite, which I don't care for, and a layer of cotton batting. So they've got that crinkly sound to it. Anyway, those are all priced at $12 a set. So I hope my pricing isn't too far off. I really always struggle with pricing. The wrist pin cushion that we made in a tutorial, I had 2 spares, so I'm selling that for $8. I have the magnets that we made, and I put $5 a piece on these. And I have another one somewhere. Ah, here it is. Can't be losing my items. All right, now we have the iPad case. Let me move some of this stuff. If you've been here with me a while, you might remember when we made these. This was the iPad case with the pocket for the charging cord. This is the same thing, made from scrappy patchwork and quilted. The inner has the more of the patchwork. Can't think of the word. Okay. The next 3 I don't want to show you because they're going to be this week's tutorial. I filmed the tutorial yesterday and got it all uploaded to drop at 5 a.m. on Sunday. Okay, this is one of those boxy bags. It's been getting squished, so it's not quite as boxy as it was at the moment. But you can see, and it has bandana fabric inside there. It would make a nice shave kit. I put $20 on this. It has the local New England football team as well as Americana colored fabrics, and I thought someone might go for that. I have 2 of these pleated zippered bags. We are going to have a tutorial on these. I made so many of these over the years. I'm not completely crazy about the zipper ends on them, so either way, they're still a nice bag. This one, I tried it using the same method I use on the open wide zippered bag, and I liked it much better. I didn't add any lace to this, but anyway, I put those, marked those at $12 a piece. I have some lace zip bags. The diagonal lace zip bags I priced at $15. And these are both lace zip bags, and these are $10 for these ones. $10 for the patchwork bag, no lace zipper. And I put $10 on that bag. So I do have a couple, okay, the open wide zippered bags, let me show you. You can see this. I have a lot of them here, okay? So most of them don't have a pocket inside. This one is one that I made just one day. I wanted to make something special. So I used the fabric for knitters, and it says, like, you know, slip stitch, seed stitch, all that. So I put a pocket inside, and it has my tag in there. And on the zipper, it has a ball of yarn. I don't know how well you can see that, but a ball of yarn with some knitting needles in it. So the other bags are $15 a piece, but this one, because it has the pocket and the charm, is going to be $20. So altogether, I have 33 of the zippered bags. Now, these ones are smaller, okay? They've been stored for a while, so they're a little flat, but they do come back to life. But they're a little bit smaller. So I put $10 on these ones. I've got some Spider-Man, Super Mario, or Spider-Man, I mean. So these two are $12 because they're almost the same size as my $15 ones. And these ones are even smaller. So I put $10 on those, and like I said, 20 on that. I have 2 of these Tula Pink Elizabeth bags made up, and I tagged them as designer Tula Pink fabric zip bags, out of print fabric, $20, because the other ones are $15, and I think those are worth the extra money. Now, I'm not going to go through every single bag, but I will show you some of what I have here. I have duplicates of some, but I won't bore you with those. And I love autumn colors. Love that. I'll try not to duplicate, but I can't guarantee. This is some beautiful unicorn fabric that Nanny B sent me. We've got the gnomes. I'm trying not to duplicate anything here. And there's one made out of scraps. And you know, those are my favorite ones, the ones made out of scraps. For some reason, I really like those. Well, I love scraps. What can I say? You guys know that. That's what we're all doing here at Marie's Scrappy Creations, because I love scraps. Okay, well, you get the drift. I've got a good variety, and I have a bunch more over here, but these are duplicates, and there's more in the bag. But I'm undoing all the packing that I did earlier. But of course, I wanted to show you guys everything I had. So I think that does it. Now, the reason that you're not seeing me today, you can see my arm. You can see my new nail job. But what you can't see is my face, because I did not do my hair today. When I stepped out of the shower, my only thought was, I need to get in that sewing room and get organized for the craft fair. And then, beyond the organization, my husband went down to the garden and picked some yellow and green beans, some peas, and he thinned out the beets. So you can imagine what we had for supper. I actually made supper around 3 o'clock this afternoon, and we had some leftover chicken from the refrigerator, and I heated up a potato, and then I had cooked those vegetables on the stove, and we made a feast out of that. So I'm going to pop this video up on YouTube tonight as quickly as I can get it up there. And as you know, there is no creative word of the day. Those are only on Wednesdays and Sundays. I do have Sunday's video all ready to go, as I said. And it actually came from a viewer during the live stream who wanted me to show something. And I believe it was Rose, but I can't attest to that, so I shouldn't have said, but I can't remember exactly who, but they asked me about something, so I did. I made the tutorial, and it was fun. I will say that Sunday's tutorial, I hope you find it as fun as I did to make, because it was a ball. I know you guys also want me to post pictures on the Facebook group when I set up my table at the craft fair, but I will not have Wi-Fi when I'm there. I don't have a data plan when I leave the house, so if I can't pick up a Wi-Fi signal, I won't be posting anything. If I can pick up a signal, I will. I will take a picture of the table. But what I will do is let you guys know from time to time, whether it's after I get back from the fair or something like that, I may pop in on Facebook and make a quick post. I will be tired. I probably won't be replying to comments, and I apologize ahead of time for comments and unanswered emails and the like. But I will be thinking of you guys, and I really appreciate you wanting to see what I had. So until next time, you take care, be safe, be kind out there. The world needs more of that. And I'll see you next time right here at Marie's Scrappy Creations. Fingers crossed I do well at the craft fair. Bye.